What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my supplements masterclass, where I talk to you guys about specific supplements and tell you everything that you need to know about that supplement. Thank you so much, guys, for requesting this topic. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the one and only creatine. So stick around. Alright, you guys, so creatine is honestly one of the most popular supplements out there, and it's got some pretty cool benefits behind it. Now, creatine is an organic compound made from the amino acids glycine and arginine. Creatine is primarily found in seafood and red meats, but at levels far below what synthetic supplements will give you. Now, creatine is stored in our body as a substance called phosphocreatine, and 95% of that is stored in our muscles. The other 5% is stored in the brain, the liver, and the kidneys. Now let's talk about the benefits of creatine. So probably the most popular benefit of creatine is its athletic enhancing benefits or its bodybuilding benefits. Now, like I said, creatine is stored in our body as phosphocreatine, and this acts as an energy reservoir for the body. What the body does with phosphocreatine is it helps our body generate ATP, our energy molecule. Now, ATP, people like to often consider it as a type of energy currency for the body. So the more ATP your body has, the better you're going to be able to work out and perform at exercising. Now, ATP is generally depleted after 8 to 10 seconds. And what's cool about creatine is that creatine helps you use ATP for longer. So it's going to extend the effectiveness of ATP by a couple seconds. Now, because of that, creatine is going to help people build more muscle, generate more strength, and recover a lot faster. And this is not just for athletes alone. This is in fact for the elderly and people that lead a sedentary lifestyle as well. Now, ATP does this by raising certain anabolic hormones such as insulin growth factor 1, increasing hydration in our muscles, which plays a key role in muscle building, helps to reduce muscle breakdown, so you get larger muscles at the end of it, and reducing myostatin levels. Now, myostatin is this compound which kind of slows down or inhibits muscle growth altogether. Now, here are some really interesting stats when it comes to creatine. Creatine has been shown to increase muscle growth 2 to 3 times more than just exercise alone. It increases strength by 8%, increases weightlifting performance by 14%, bench press performance by up to 43%, and bike sprinting performance by up to 15%. That's some pretty cool stuff. Now, because of all these benefits, creatine has been voted to be the one and only most beneficial supplement when it comes to increasing athletic performance and increasing muscle size and strength. But that's not all creatine is just good for. You see, my favorite benefits when it comes to creatine and where I see the most benefit out of creatine is its brain enhancing benefits. You see, just like our muscles, as I mentioned before, the brain also stores phosphocreatine for ATP or energy production. So creatine has been known to benefit or, prevent conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's, ischemic stroke, epilepsy, brain and spinal cord injuries, neurological diseases, and dementia. But probably my favorite benefit of creatine and where I use it the most is its sleep deprivation benefits. You see, when we are deprived of sleep, our brain needs double or triple the amount of calories and energy than it normally does. So where creatine really comes in handy for sleep deprivation is that it helps your brain use that phosphocreatine that's been stored to generate more energy so you feel less of the effects of sleep deprivation. Trust me. Try this the next time you've had a bad night's worth of sleep. Creatine supplementation is also really good for vegetarians. You see, the primary source of creatine, like I mentioned, is from seafood and red meat. So vegetarians don't tend to get enough creatine. Creatine has been shown to help vegetarians increase their memory by up to 50%. So it's highly recommended that vegetarians or vegans supplement with creatine to get some of these awesome benefits. Now let's talk about how to take creatine. So when it comes to the form of creatine, guys, creatine monohydrate seems to be the most widely available and the cheapest form of creatine. There are a lot of other creatine forms on the market which tout to be a lot more, beneficial, but they're also a lot more expensive, and the research really hasn't shown that they've been more beneficial than creatine monohydrate. So when it comes to dosing creatine, now creatine has what's called a cumulative effect on the body. So it's gonna need some time for your body to build up enough stores of creatine for you to really get the benefits. So some people that start creatine will do what's called a loading phase. Now, in order to do the loading phase, you're going to take 20 grams of creatine divided in doses of 5 grams. So that's 4 doses of creatine at 5 grams per day for 5 to 7 days. This is gonna help your body initially build up a rapid store of creatine, and then you can go into the maintenance phase. Now, the maintenance phase is where you take 3 to 5 grams of creatine per day. And there's no benefit at cycling creatine, so you don't have to worry about getting off of it. You can take this amount daily. Now, if you're not gonna do the loading phase, you will just need to take the daily recommended dose, which is 3 to 5 grams, but you're probably not gonna see all of the benefits of creatine for up to 3 to 4 weeks. After that, your body will have enough stores, so you'll begin to see the benefits of creatine. Now, there are some side effects that are worth mentioning when it comes to creatine. There's a lot of, worry that creatine might be harmful to the liver and kidneys, and actually, creatine is one of the most studied supplements out there, and they found that that is not the case. So you don't have to worry about any liver or kidney damage when it comes to creatine. The main side effect of concern when it comes to creatine is that some studies have suggested that creatine raises the levels of the hormone DHT. Now, this is the hormone that is responsible for male pattern baldness, and more studies are needed to really confirm if creatine does this. But if that's the case, then maybe people with a familial history of male pattern baldness or someone with baldness may want to avoid taking the supplement so they don't make it worse, or they don't speed up when eventually they are going to see that side effect. Since creatine also does draw water from your body into your muscles, it's very important that you take creatine with a glass of water and continue to maintain hydration throughout the day so you don't get dehydrated as a result of taking creatine, and you also don't get the side effects of dehydration, such as cramping, especially when you're working out. Now, I can't finish off my discussion on creatine without giving you guys some brand recommendations. Guys, just a quick disclaimer, I am not sponsored by any of these brands. These are brands that I've either taken myself or they just fit my brand choosing philosophy. If any of that changes though, I will go ahead and note that down in the description box below. So the first brand that I want to mention, and probably the most popular brand and the most affordable of all the brands, is Optimum Nutrition. Theirs is probably the most highly rated creatine on the market. It comes in a powdered form, and creatine is tasteless, guys, so you really don't have to worry about, a salty or sweet taste at all. It goes into water, it's completely tasteless. Sometimes I find it's hard to fully dissolve it, so kind of just like keep dissolving or keep stirring the creatine as you're drinking it to kind of help it all, go down. The second brand that I want to recommend is another one of my favorite brands. It's called Bulk Supplements. They're very easy to find on Amazon, and they sell, larger quantities of supplements at much cheaper prices, so I would definitely recommend them as well. And last but certainly not least is one of my favorite brands, which is Nutricost. They also have an awesome creatine product that I would highly recommend. Well, guys, that concludes everything I've got to say about creatine. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and again, thank you so much for recommending that I speak on creatine. I would love to hear from you guys and get more suggestions on topics to talk about. So go ahead and leave me a comment down below letting me know what it is that you guys want me to talk about, what you guys have thought about creatine, what you guys think about this masterclass series, and if you guys have taken creatine or if you have any other brand recommendations that you'd like to recommend. Well, guys, if you got value out of this video, do me a favor and hit that like button, get jiggy with that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you get notified on when I release my next video. On that note, guys, I will catch you in my next video. But before I go, don't forget to supplement and subscribe. Peace out.